It is our first day in Dallas for Halloween weekend. We started off the day by checking out White Rock Lake, then walked a little bit of downtown and saw this giant eyeball, ate some Cheez-Its, and Mom of course did her dancey dance. In the evening, we went to Dakota's for a fancy dinner and everything was so tasty and I loved the live music. Then after dinner, we headed out to our first haunted house in Dallas. Okay guys, so we're in Plano, however you pronounce it, Texas.
And Plano. We're in Plano, Texas.
We just got out of the Dark Hour haunted house and we got front of the line wristbands for both haunted houses. And so Mom, what did you think of the haunted house?
So it was amazing. I don't know how long it took to go through there, maybe like
almost 30 minutes.
And it was like Hollywood Horror Nights quality, but I think better because it was much longer. Halloween Horror Nights, what takes like a couple minutes.
It takes like maybe 5-10 minutes to get through
each one. And they had like caverns that they built, and they had tunnels, a grill, and they had people hanging from the ceiling, running,
like crawling across the wall. It was so cool.
My favorite part was those like snow creature things that were like coming out at you,
and then they make it snow on you.
It was amazing. So at first I was kind of like not really giving it too much hope because it's just in like the shopping center area, and I did not expect to see like caverns and the high quality of Hollywood type, special effects and makeup and set and props and everything. So it was amazing.
This definitely blew me away. Like my mom said, I wasn't expecting that at all. Definitely 10 out of 10 for the production of this. Definitely not low budget whatsoever. It is really good. Like my mom said, probably even better than Halloween Horror Nights in my opinion with how well they did everything.
I was gonna say, if you were gonna rate it on like scary, I think that if it wasn't so crowded and people weren't just like constantly going through, it would be scary, but it is so crowded. I mean, if you don't get VIP and you're coming in October, you're gonna be waiting in line for, gosh, it looks like 3 hours.
Really quickly, I'm gonna show you guys this line if you can see it. We'll try to get a closer look at it.
Oh,
this is the parking lot, and when we first got here, the line started all the way over there, and that's where you enter. The line now goes all the way around the building back there. These people are waiting at least 2 hours to get into this, and we got in like 5-10 minutes.
To get through all of this and you get in, there's another line that you're waiting inside to get through. They don't allow any pictures in there or any photography. The only thing you get is there's a couple monsters out here walking around, so you can maybe get some pictures with them.
In which they were a little rude about the camera, which I'm very respectful and I always have it turned off, but they tried to stop me so many times before going in and telling me to go put it in my car, and if anything happens to it, they're not liable. And they were like, oh, the camera will get wet inside. We didn't get wet once, but we put it inside the car and hid it because we didn't want to tick them off, and just wanted to make them feel comfortable.
And they're not very fond of vloggers. They let us know that.
Yeah, they don't like that.
Luckily they were really cool though. And my husband he bought 3 tickets for friend of the line, and then we get up there and he messed up and he only bought 1 ticket, and they were sold out for the night, and we showed that earlier, we filmed. And we were freaking out because they said, oh, it's sold out, we can't get you another ticket. So we went up to the ticket booth and we explained we came all the way from California specifically just to go to these haunted houses. So they felt bad for us and they sold us 2 more tickets. So thank God, because we would have been here all night. I
definitely think letting them know that we were from California is what did it. They probably felt bad, like, oh my gosh, they came out all this way.
It's definitely not because they've heard of us or our channel.
No, not yet.
But someday maybe.
Maybe one day. But as I said before, there are 2 haunted houses. The first one is Dark Hour, which takes almost 30 minutes to get through. And then the second one is Annabelle's Asylum, which wasn't as good as Dark Hour.
It took Gosh, I don't even know if 10 minutes to get through.
Like
Probably
10
like
minutes?
5 or
And the
7.
production, like quality of it was good, but it wasn't anything in comparison to the Dark Hour made.
Yeah, so if you were on a budget and you want to skip one, definitely you can skip the Annabelle one. The best thing about the Annabelle one, though, that I thought was cool is the part where you're going through this hallway and kind of like in scary movies where it's like lit up and then it goes darker and darker, like, and then they pop out. So that was cool.
That was pretty cool.
Hoping that they would like keep up with that, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, it's over.
So definitely recommend Dark Hour over Annabelle Asylum, but I like them both. As my mom said, scariness-wise, not the scariest, but they did really well on that.
Entertainment-wise, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 entertainment, production, quality. Highly recommend coming to Dark Hour.
2 thumbs up.
Keeps going and going. Then this has like 3 rows at least, I think.
They say everything's bigger in Texas, including the line. Waka, waka, waka!
You can see that is how far the line is. And we are all the way across the parking lot. So we're on our way to the Halloween costume block party here in downtown Dallas. Say hi, Mom. She's the puppet from the Saw movies, and I'm Pennywise, the clown from It. Dad is a cowboy from the Forever Purge. For our second day in Dallas, we had brunch at the Meerkat Bistro, and the food was definitely a 10 out of 10. My favorite was the French toast. Afterwards, we went to the JFK Memorial. We didn't get much footage, but if you're ever in Dallas, it's definitely something to check out.
Something you call love, but confess you've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin', and now someone else is getting all your best.
For our first night, we stayed in downtown Dallas, and for our second night, we stayed in Fort Worth, so here is a little room tour.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
After checking into our hotel room, we finally made it to the stockyards where we got to walk around, see some horses, and check out some really unique stores.
You keep lying when you ought to be truthin', and you keep losing when you ought to not bet.
I also found these really weird sodas that were bacon and pickle flavored.
Now what's right is right.
We also got to see some live cattle, which was very Texas, and I also got my first cowgirl hat.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Now the moment we've all been waiting for. For our second night in Dallas, we did the Cutting Edge Haunted House. They don't allow you to film inside, but I did take some footage of when we arrived and a little bit after we finished. Hey guys, we just got done at Cutting Edge Haunted House. It's the world's largest haunted house and even got Guinness World Record for it. It's over 200,000 square feet and it was really fun. Mom, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So it was really fun, but it was really dark. So it takes about 30-40 minutes or so to go through. They say
It says 40 to 55 minutes on their website.
I feel like we were probably faster than that.
Yeah.
But that's because, you know, we're not scared, so we just go on through. We don't rush through, but like there's some people that are timid and stay back, but we just go on through. I think the downside of this was that it's just so dark that there were times where there were scare actors. They were literally like this close to that, and I didn't even know they were there, and they're probably getting frustrated because I didn't even see them. And then when I finally see them, I'm like squinting to see like, what are they? Are they clowns? Do they have blood? Like I couldn't even appreciate or know what their costumes were. There were some times where you could finally see, and they did have really awesome makeup and really scary, and it's too bad that you couldn't see it throughout the whole haunted house because it was so dark, and it was really hot in there too, like super
Oh my
hot.
gosh, it was so hot, I was sweating. It was just way too dark for me and too foggy. I couldn't see any of like the set, I couldn't see the actors, so that's where I feel like the haunted house we went to yesterday, Dark Hour, was better because we could appreciate all of the production and the sets and the makeup and everything that they worked hard for.
This felt like kind of like a really cool gothic club because they were playing like Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie. I think my favorite part was the clowns that were in there. Again, hard to see some of them, but I think it would be really cool if you could see more. The bubbles at the end, so we were drenched and we had like bubbles, but it's all come off by now. But
Yeah, you go through like a foam tunnel.
yeah. At the end, that is hard to actually breathe in for me. It was it's like you're going through and there's some parts where the bubbles are just all around and you can barely see, so you get to come up for some air in between the bubble break. That was hard, and the whole thing was just hot. So totally think it's cool. I would highly suggest it.
I definitely
but,
recommend. I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10. I think give it like a 9.
8.5 or
8.5 or a 9.
Yeah.
Scariness wise, not too scary. Again, you like can't even see anything.
It would honestly be way scarier again if there weren't people coming into you and back to back. Like on one part, my husband said there was a guy that was in his ear the whole time, touching him the whole time.
Yeah.
There was no space in between you, even though they did attempt to try to separate the groups, because there'll be like spaces where they have a break, like where you have some band playing and then little horror movie clips to watch while you're waiting, and then they say, okay, how many in your party, and you still end up right on top of each other.
Yeah.
So
Which, just going back and
kills it.
emphasizing that every time one part of the maze ends, you seem to come downstairs and then you wait in like a mini line until you go into another part of the maze, like clowns and whatnot, which was cool because there was one part that had like a band in it and they were like going really hard on the drum. But it was really cool. So it was still fun. Definitely recommend coming.
I would suggest, though, not that anyone's gonna watch or take my advice, but there's no food vendors. There's really nothing going on outside. They did have a DJ, but not even an area to dance. They don't have any.
They don't have any
monsters walking around
actors.
to take pictures with. And I love that, like having the monsters around before a haunted house and after, and having like things to do, places to sit. So I just think that like it could be really cool if they would incorporate more things into it, like some food, bar, VIP bar, or something like that, and definitely more things, props and things to take pictures. So, but it was fun. I could see, like I was saying earlier to my family, like if you lived here every year, I could see how this could get old and boring. But for us, it's awesome because we go to see different things, and this was a cool experience. I actually get bored of the good things like Halloween Horror Nights, Not Scary Farm, and they're awesome. But it's like every year they can only change them so much. So that's
definitely
why we
good for an outsider. So
yeah,
definitely recommend.
8.5.
For our last day in Dallas, we had brunch at Smoky Rose, and I gotta say, being from California, I'm not too big on Tex-Mex, but these tacos were actually pretty good.
Alright guys, it's our last day in Dallas, and what are we doing today, Mom?
We're at I think I was pronouncing it wrong earlier. I said it's Arbitorium, but we're at...
that's right.
No, it's,
Oh, is it not the...
How to say it?
I thought it said Dallas Arbitorium, but anyways.
What is it? No.
Arboretum.
Arboretum. Arboretum. Wait, how was it said? Arboretum.
Guys, it's our last day in Dallas, and we decided to come to the Dallas Arboretum They have a bunch of like fall displays and pumpkins, and we're really excited to see everything. It just took us about 10 to 15 minutes to figure out how to even pronounce.
But I can pronounce the second thing. It's a botanical garden.
Good job,
Okay.
you know English.
Yes.
Like you. Spooky.
We had so much fun exploring the Arboretum, and even though it's October, it's freaking hot in Dallas, so we had to stop and get some ice cream before grabbing dinner. We ended up having dinner at Urban Crust, and the food was really good, and so were the views. But that's it for our Halloween weekend trip in Dallas. Bye!
I'm gonna tell you.
Noise. When the sun goes down on my side of